Hey YouTube, Jam here. Welcome back to the gaming station. So, Brawl Talk just announced, and I woke up nice and early to do a review of it. So I watched it, and then I rewatched it, and then I also went and checked out Kairos Time's video to get a little more detail about everything. And I just wanted to go over my thoughts and opinions on everything, and then also go over everything that was in the Brawl Talk as well. So the first thing I want to mention, and I don't know if anyone else caught this, but I was there for the premiere, and the premiere actually had some glitch numbers during the countdown. One of those numbers was 1101, and the other number was 2114. So I'm not exactly sure what those numbers are actually going to mean. 1101 definitely sounds like a date that could be significant in some way. And as far as the 2114, I have literally no idea what that could be about, but I wanted to mention it. Maybe somebody else is going to come up with it, or come up with a theory about it. Just throwing it out there. I don't think it's going to be the update date because this theme of this next update is going to be Brawloween, and it wouldn't really make sense to do Brawloween in November because it's obviously missing the date of Halloween. But anyway, we're going to move on, talk about Brawloween. So they're doing a new theme for Brawloween. We got Poco's Bandstand, a new environment coming to the game. So I really like the way this environment looks, the pink grass with the green walls. It just really looks aesthetically pleasing, and it's not going to be like overly bearing when you saturate it for thumbnails, which is a problem I have with some of the environments like Siege and the gift shop environment. Those two, when you saturate the colors, they look kind of bad. So as a thumbnail maker, that's one thing that I like about it, and I use those screenshots in my thumbnails. So that's just my thoughts on looking at the environment. It's a cool environment, so yeah. Anyway, it's all centered around Poco and Primo because those two are in a pair together, and now they're adding the third brawler into that pair, and that's going to be Amber. Now, she's a legendary brawler that breathes fire, and we all knew that we were going to get some kind of fire-themed brawler from the leaks, so that's not a huge surprise there. A big surprise, though, is her mechanics. She has, like, a flamethrower type mechanic where her ammo bar depletes while she aims. So when you aim, she's just going to be shooting out a constant stream of fire, which is pretty cool. I think it's an interesting mechanic, and it makes it pretty easy to play. Not, like, super high skill cap, but it's not as easy as, like, auto-aiming. And like I said, I watched Kairos Time's video, and he's speculating that she's going to be doing a ton of damage. He said that she did like 3,000 damage to Daryl in under a second or something like that. That's not something I caught, but it's interesting to note, and it's going to make her, if that's the case, it's going to make her overlap with Ems really bad because they have a very similar skill set in that regard. But one thing that I'm really interested in her is her super. Her super throws a bottle of oil down on the map, and it has a huge area of effect. But it doesn't do anything till she actually attacks in that area, and then it ignites the oil for a couple seconds. I think it's an interesting way to do another form of area of denial other than just like Barley's normal attack or like Bo's mines or something like that. And like if Cairo said like if another brawler can cause the flames to ignite as well, then there's like some form of team synergy, which is another really important thing for Brawl Stars in my opinion. So overall, I really like this character. I like her design because I'm always prone to fire characters in video games and movies and stuff like that. So like Pyro is my favorite X-Men of the Fantastic Four. Johnny Storm is my favorite. So of course I'm gonna have a natural affinity towards this brawler just on that basis. And then on top of that, I think her mechanics are very interesting, like the way she shoots and the way she aims. I am interested to see what her gadget and star power are going to be because I hope it's not something like game breaking. Like one thing I could see them doing is trying to add like flame sticking to an opponent to do damage over time, which I think could be a little strong, especially considering if she's able to do as much damage as like Kairos Time is speculating. So we'll have to wait and see on that, obviously. All right, let's move on to the next thing, which I want to talk about is that they're going to be adding teleporters to certain maps, which I think is pretty cool. They seem like a better version of spring pads, depending on the way they place the teleporters, because right now my big issue with spring pads is that people like to stand on the spring pads and then jump into them, and it's extremely predictable where they're going to pop up, and that just leads to people getting burst down because they see somebody flying in and they can all converge on that spot and then just focus that person down. And teleporters are going to have that same issue, but depending on where they place them, it could be a little more beneficial because you'd have to give up position in your lane to go and defend it. And that can be detrimental in a game mode like Gem Grab, because that's one of the major things in Gem Grab is holding your lane down and being efficient at getting the kills, or at least just maintaining control of the map. So if you have to give up control just to go defend one brawler that popped up behind you, it's going to leave you in a bad position after you're done defending, because then you have to get back up into your lane, and it's going to be tougher to take control depending on the brawler you're faced against too. Okay, next up, they're adding Graveyard Shift back in the game, which is pretty cool. I'm excited to see a new game mode be added, and I've never actually played Graveyard Shift from as far as I can remember, because that was during the time that I had actually taken a break from the game after Rosa was released. I missed BRAWLOWEEN last year, so seeing it added back in, I'm pretty excited for it, because like I said, I've never played it, so I'm definitely going to be doing a couple videos of me playing and trying it out, but it is Showdown, so I don't know if I'm going to like it that much, but I'll try it out. We'll see how it goes. Okay, let's talk about one of my favorite parts of any update, and that's going to be the skins being added to the game. So, just real quick to mention, Bull, Daryl, Rico, Mortis, and Frank are all getting True Silver and True Gold skins. Personally, I wouldn't buy the skins if I had the gold for it, because I don't play those brawlers enough. But for people who need to spend the gold, they're there. It's a really cool addition for endgame players that have the gold and don't have anything to spend it on, so I don't hate them. Alright, next up, they're adding Demonic Bow and Zombibi into the game, finally. And one thing I like about these skins is that they're not seasonal. You can buy them whenever you want after they get added to the game, which is really cool because it doesn't really add pressure to people who want to collect skins. You can just buy these skins whenever it's convenient for you, so you don't have to rush on them just to get them during the Halloween season. Another thing to note is that these are also Supercell creator skins, or Supercell make skins, and some of the money that is spent on these skins is also going back to the people who made them or originally designed them, which I think is a really good way to feed into the game's community again. So I'm probably going to pick these skins up just for that reason alone, because it's kicked back to some of the artists who also design things for this game that are just members of the community. They don't actually work for Supercell directly. Alright, the next skin I want to talk about is Challenger Colt. I think this is a really cool skin. I don't know why, but I really like remodeled versions of skins, whether they have animation changes or not. And this one kind of reminds me of Streetwear Max, just because it's like Colt, but in a different light. Like, he's not a Western cowboy, he looks more like a gamer, and I think that's pretty cool. And like I said, from what I saw on Brawl Talk, there's no animation changes to this, so I'm gonna guess it's only gonna run like 80 gems or so. And they're also putting some of this money towards the prize pool for the World Finals. And I find that kind of weird because it seems like they started this contest without being able to fund the finals. At least that's the way it makes it sound, because Frank said up to $1 million for the prize pool, and it kind of has me conflicted about the entire thing. If I'm not gonna lie about that. Let me know what you think about that down in the comments, or if you just didn't notice it at all. Yeah, maybe it's just me. I don't know. I'm super speculative about stuff like that. Alright, let's move on to the next big thing, and that's going to be Rosa's new skin. So there's a couple things about this skin that I want to talk about. So first off, obviously this is Rosa's first skin, and it's a pretty good skin in my opinion. I like the fact that they changed her hair color and they added the roses to her hair. It's all a nice touch. And then she's got the face paint, which I'm kind of hit and miss about it. It kind of looks a little awkward on her in my opinion. And then I like that they changed her plant to like a little skull thing. I think that's pretty cool. The one thing I'm not really crazy about this skin is her Mickey Mouse gloves. They kind of look kind of awkward in my opinion. I don't know. It's the first thing I thought, is they look like Mickey Mouse's gloves. But real quick, let's talk about the challenge. I really think it's cool that they're adding challenges, another challenge for another skin. I think it's a nice way for free-to-play players to earn something if they're decent at the game. It's like something that you can work towards and you can feel accomplished when you actually finish the challenge. So I think it's really cool that they're adding stuff like this to the game, and they're kind of copying Clash Royale, where you're also going to get free pins with it too. So I think all that's like a good thing for the game. And I know they did this for the PSG Shelly skin. I actually did win my PSG Shelly skin with randoms, which is actually kind of surprising. But it was when Jackie was like super strong, and I did cheese on Jackie. But I am going to try for this Rosa skin. I'll probably do it in a stream because it's probably going to be on Saturday anyway, so I might as well try it while I'm live. So, if anyone wants to do a couple practices or anything and try to team up to try to do the challenge, let me know down in the comments about that as well, because I definitely want to try for this, and I know everybody else wants to too. So, we'll probably need to practice a little bit because I am not a pro player, so I'm going to need to learn how you play. Okay, moving on. The next thing I'm going to talk about is gadgets. Now, we're getting 10 new gadgets over the course of the next couple weeks. They only showed 3 gadgets during Brawl Talk, so I did slow down the video playback to get a screenshot of what each gadget did. The first one they showed was Colt, and what he does with this new gadget is he shoots 1 super bullet that goes through walls and grass. I didn't see how much damage it did to the brawler he was aiming at. I don't know if he landed his shot or not, but it's pretty cool. I don't know how useful it's going to be. I think I'd rather have the double reload, or the 2 ammo shot reload. That's just me though. The next gadget they showed was Nita's, and it gives Nita's bear a shield, which is instantly going to be way more powerful than the way Bear Paws is right now. So I think they still need to rework Bear Paws and Hyper Bear combo to make that viable again, because as of right now, Bear Paws is absolutely horrible, and this gadget's going to be the preferred one for Nita, just because the bear's not going to have to stop to be able to use it. Also, another nice thing is that this gadget's going to pair very nice with Bear With Me, because it's going to give the bear reduced damage, and if Nita can stay behind it and be able to attack opponents, it's going to result in Nita being able to heal up the bear like constantly, and it's definitely, like I said, it's going to pair very well with Bear With Me. Okay, the next brawler that's getting a new gadget that they showed was Max. I'm not exactly sure what exactly this did. I didn't see it. All I know is Max had a bar over her head. I don't know what that's gonna be, if it's gonna be a reload speed buff or a movement speed buff. I have a hard time believing it's gonna be those two things, because Max's star power running gun already gives her a reload speed buff, and her super already gives her a speed buff, so it's hard to believe that they're gonna pump more of that into her kit, but we'll see what happens. And then the last brawler they showed getting a gadget was gonna be Bull. In Brawl Talk, Bull was chasing down a Colt, and then an explosion came out of Bull and it killed the Colt. So it looks like it's gonna be an explosion that comes out of Bull, and it's gonna do damage within like a 3-tile radius. So to me, it looks like they're doing Primo's asteroid belt gadget, but instantly, and it's gonna be on Bull. So I'm pretty excited for that. It seems like it could work pretty well depending on the mode. Like Heist, it would work well in. I don't know if I'd use it over T-Bone Injector, which is Bull's healing gadget. But for people who want to play Bull more aggressively, I could see this working pretty well. Okay, the last thing that's coming in this update is actually a really cool feature that a lot of people have been asking for, and it's a map maker inside the game. It's definitely a fun thing to be able to make like your own custom maps inside the game and play them with friends. I remember back when I was a kid and we played Tony Hawk, we used to make our own skate parks and stuff like that. So this is going to be kind of like that version in Brawl Stars. And according to Kairos Time, you can save up to 5 maps, and the game modes that you're going to be able to do them in are Solo Showdown, Gem Grab, and Brawl Ball. So I'll probably make up a couple maps for us to play in live streams, and then we can mess around with those. And then you guys could tell me like what you like about the map I make and what changes I should make and stuff like that. It'll be like a customizable like community type thing, I think. So that's all the big things that I wanted to talk about. The last thing I want to note is that if you have Season 1 rewards, make sure you collect them. Otherwise, they're just going to be forced upon you, and you might not be able to see what you're going to be like unboxing and stuff. That's not a problem I'm personally going to have, but if you guys have saved boxes from Season 1, make sure you collect them. But real quick, comment what your favorite part of this upcoming update's going to be, and let me know what you think about it in total. Personally, I think it's pretty cool. There's a lot of small features that are being added, and then a couple big ones like the map maker. I really like the challenge being added. I think Amber is going to be a fun brawler to play, and I like the skins that are being added. I don't know if I like them better than the last round of skins, but these skins are still pretty solid. So overall, I think it's a pretty decent small update. But anyway, that's going to do it for this one. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.